What's up, Fortune Fastlaner? Welcome back to our channel, where we always bring you information that will benefit you financially. Is it today an excellent day to be driven to get wealthy? In today's video, we are going to discuss the top 15 skills that millionaires use and that you should copy. We are confident that this video will prepare you for the future, so please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. Let us proceed. When it comes to self-made persons and those who have achieved financial independence, there are certain underlying characteristics and skills that millionaires possess. Unless you intend to get wealthy solely through luck or chance, learning as many of these as possible should become a focus. The more you can stack these skills on top of one another, the greater the success, the shorter the time, and the more it will appear to others as magic. Greetings and welcome to Fortune Fastlane, the destination for future billionaires seeking inspiration. If you haven't already subscribed, you're missing out. We've compiled a list of the 15 skills that millionaires possess. Number 1. Refusal to accept but successful and having near blind confidence. We discover how similar we all are the more time we spend with millionaires and billionaires. The more successful people we know have an almost blind certainty that whatever they set their minds to will succeed. They are actively sculpting their own futures with their thoughts, ideas, work initiatives, and behaviors. We are certain of our success because we are the ones who control our actions. They are not considering failure or throwing in the towel. Why would anyone give up on something they know is possible and capable of enabling them to build the life they desire? Some of you are unaware of this, while others are opportunists attempting to squeeze themselves into success. Those of you who truly have it understand very well what we're talking about. It's a fire that burns so brightly within you that you would literally die rather than abandon your ambitions. That is the fuel that propels extraordinarily successful individuals. Number 2. Independent thinking. To be honest, society is somewhat twisted up in terms of the pressure it places on individuals to conform, to fit the mold, and to simply be another pixel in the world's most boring image. You cannot live the life of your dreams if others choose them for you. Millionaires, and even billionaires, are strong, self-sufficient minds. They choose to do things that the majority of people would advise against, even when they are advised not to follow their passion due to the possibility of a tragic outcome. However, if you step back and freeze time, who do you think is more miserable? Who do you think believes that he's living the happiest life? Is it the person who sits in a cubicle under fluorescent lights and subsists on vending machine sandwiches? Or the one who does what they love and has found out how to commercialize it? Most successful persons are thinking contrarians, to the point of rejecting society's substandards entirely. That is why they are regarded as eccentric billionaires or odd billionaires. When you stop relying on others to think for you, you realize how difficult yet fascinating it is to think for yourself. Number 3. Compounding everything through the use of multipliers. Nothing in this world is more effective than compounding with multipliers. And no, we are not talking about depositing money in a bank account and leaving it there for 50 years. Everything, even themselves, is compounded by the wealthy. If you increase your skill set by 20% each year, you'll be twice as valuable to the market in less than 4 years. Successful individuals consistently increase their personal worth. They continue investing in themselves to the point where it appears irrational to the outer world. Why would Warren Buffett read 100 pages a day when he is 90 years old and already one of the world's wealthiest people? Since he has been doing it since he was 10 years old. It's all an investment in the way he makes decisions. Warren Buffett possesses extraordinary judgment, which is why so many people entrust him with their money. He spent an inordinate amount of time compounding his expertise of the commercial market. He has been dubbed the Oracle of Omaha. And once you begin actively compounding yourself, it is only a matter of time before you discover you require a multiplier applied to yourself too. That is why they are all embarking on entrepreneurial endeavors. With your decision making always improving, the rate at which your business grows multiplies. If you want to become wealthy in life, you must acquire assets that appreciate swiftly in value. The good news is that you have control over how quickly they increase. Number 4, risk tolerance. There is another widespread misconception that entrepreneurs are risk takers, that they put everything on the line and flip a coin or whatever after selling their soul to the devil. But this could not be further from the truth. Entrepreneurship is about decreasing risk to an acceptable level, and this is a fantastic talent to possess. Seeing the world through the eyes of a risk taker can transform your life. Every action we take involves some level of risk. There is risk involved in getting into a car and crossing the street. But what can we do? We take care of it. We fasten our seat belts, activate our airbags, and pay attention. Regardless of how strongly you feel that your life is in God's hands, when crossing the street, you continue to look both ways. Millionaires and billionaires understand the risk management and, more crucially, how to create an advantage for themselves. If the probability of success is 51% and the probability of failure is 49%, entrepreneurs will always take the shot. While the majority of individuals would never risk it, your objective is to improve your odds in your favor, which you accomplish through growth. Number 5, sales and marketing. Similarly, sales has a terrible reputation. The average person envisions folks selling selfie sticks in tourist hotspots, but that is not the case. To sell is to successfully communicate. You successfully convince your lover to give you a chance and date you. You successfully persuade your employer to give you a job. You convince your customer to purchase your stuff. It makes no difference how affluent or intelligent an individual is. If you are unable to sell, your firm will cease to exist. Sales fixes every single difficulty you have. In fact, we'd argue that the main issue you face right now isn't a lack of resources, but a limited ability to sell. The public does not believe in whatever you are selling. That is why you feel trapped. If selling is comparable to using a sniper weapon, marketing is comparable to carpet bombing. You reach everyone through marketing, and those who resonate with your vibes will come spend money with you and help you become wealthy. Marketing is the reason why a white t-shirt with the word Supreme costs 50 times as much as it should. Marketing is the reason why Apple devotees believe they are a superior race. Pepsi will never catch up to Coca-Cola in terms of marketing, despite spending twice as much. Now, if you're seeking to improve your sales talents, the greatest book we've found on the subject is Robert Cialdini's Influence, Psychology of Persuasion. To this day, it remains the best book on sale we've ever read. Even better, go to a Lockstock Communications/free book right now. Number 6, networks of leadership and team building. Building teams is a natural evolution from selling and marketing. You are an individual. Individuals do not gain from leverage, which is why you should incorporate them into your life. Hiring people is one of the simplest methods to gain a leverage in life. As a result, your output increases by a factor of time. There are no self-made persons. We all had assistants. Leadership is this amazing quality that people love to toss around, but it's so nebulous that it's often overlooked. Leadership is simply a more sophisticated form of marketing, as you are not only communicating, but also inspiring. When people are motivated and united in pursuit of a common objective, productivity soars. Build the correct team and focus all of your efforts on the same purpose, and your golden networks will function similarly to team building. Apart from your internal team, your network is comprised of individuals and contacts who have a beneficial impact on outcomes. These are also multipliers. When you apply networks to your efforts, your success is multiplied. If your friend knows someone who knows someone who knows someone who can get you into a room where you couldn't get in otherwise, your success is multiplied. Number 7, emotional intelligence. Here's something that the majority of people misunderstand. EQ is more essential than IQ. This is why you see so many intelligent individuals living unhappy lives consumed by remorse and angst. They are ineffective. They are dissatisfied. They are not free to do as they like. The most of them aren't even that intelligent. This is one of those straightforward instances in which we'd like to ask, if you're so intelligent, why aren't you happy? Why are you not wealthy? Why are you ill? Putting this piece of content aside, we'd like to speak with you, Fortune Fastlaner, right now. Consider the following questions. If you are unsure of the solution, you may wish to address the education panel. Emotional intelligence is one of those abilities that enables you to function successfully in society. The more you comprehend life, the richer your experience will be when you are alive. Nobody cares how many digits of pi you can recite off the top of your head or how much world knowledge you can memorize. You failed in school and now you're failing at adapting to wealthy people. Prioritize emotional intelligence over bulk information on any given day of the week for the week, as IQ is grossly overstated. Number 8. Understanding the value. This, believe it or not, is a skill. Understanding value is distinct from understanding costs. But as this is likely one of the first times you've been forced to make this distinction, I'll assist you on the education process. Cost is the amount of money required to bring anything into existence. The cost of producing a chair is not just determined by the cost of the wood used. The cost of producing a chair is the cost of the wood plus the cost of the woodworker's years of practice multiplied by the number of hours required to build the chair. The average person considers just material costs, yet this is incorrect. Because an empty DVD costs $1 doesn't mean the movie DVD should cost $1. By the way, you're getting older as you throw out these instances that will literally lose their relevance in 5 to 10 years. If you still understand what a DVD is, please click the like button in this video to help out the YouTube algorithm. It greatly assists us and we can continue to receive these references. The worth of something is distinct from the cost or even the price. The worth is determined by the impact it has on your life. The most straightforward example is deemed by necessity. On a typical day, a bottle of water costs $1. Nevertheless, a bottle of water in the desert, while you're thirsty and dehydrated, is now worth thousands of dollars to you. The distinction between value and cost is how people become wealthy. They discover items with a lower cost than their worth and then pay for their cost. The entire procedure is much easier than most people believe, but you must possess the ability to understand value. Number 9. Ability to create business opportunities and deals. This one elaborates on the preceding topic. For many years, we considered growth in the following manner. Success is contingent upon your ability to connect dots in novel and valuable ways. The more you consider it, the more you realize that it is the nature of business and life. We are merely connecting the dots. To get wealthy, you must be able to identify and link dots. Whether they be people, products, or code, it makes no difference as long as the output is more valuable than the individual dots. The individual who is capable of doing so is the one who can close deals. You can do it for yourself and become wealthy, or you can do it for others and receive a share of the value you create for them. If you lack funds to begin with, seek out possibilities for those who do and assist them in their execution. This is how you become wealthy without spending a dime. In real estate, there is even a culture of people working together to develop deals. And after everything is in place, investors come in and pick up the pieces, with the people who made the deal getting a free ride with no money down. The more influence you have over someone's reward, the more likely they will give you your part. Why would someone give you $100,000 if you can make them $1 million? Number 10. Goal setting and planning. Every wealthy individual we know has made it their aim and desire to get wealthy. They requested it, documented it, and even devised a strategy. They made necessary adjustments to the strategy and eventually accomplished what they set out to do. The distinction between ordinary individuals and those who succeed is in their approach. The average person has hopes and ambitions. The wealthy person has goals and plans. Setting and achieving goals is a learned ability. You must understand how to break things down, how to plan, and how to self analyze in order to accomplish your goals. We've mastered the art of planning over the last decade in order to accomplish our objectives successfully. This enabled us to amass multi-million-dollar fortunes before the age of 30. After beginning, we read every book on the subject, viewed every TED Talk, and learned through trial and error. After determining what works and what doesn't for someone like us, we packaged it all together in a new premium experience called Goal Mastery, which is presently in post-production and will be available for purchase shortly. We are aware that some of you are already on the waiting list, but if you are not, please contact us. Number 11. System creation. A significant portion of the path to prosperity is dependent on a talent called system development. Essentially, you need to develop systems that automate the process of achieving desired results. This is accomplished in both personal life, more usually referred to as mental models and habits, and business, through the use of specialized structure. When problem X occurs, this is the course of action to take. This is the course of action that the team will take. Systems are essentially machine-like procedures that you construct in order to cope with everything that occurs. It enables you to save time, be more successful, and get consistent outcomes. The wealthy invest on autopilot. A specific percentage of their income is automatically invested without their knowledge. Another percentage is set aside for savings, and the remainder is yours to do as you like. The average person does not automate anything. They receive a paycheck, cash it in, pay off some debts, and then blow it all while pleading for the next salary to arrive sooner. As long as you are in contact with money, you will never be wealthy. Money is a little more than numbers on a screen these days, so treat it as such. Number 12. Learning by breaking down structures. Learning is a critical talent to master. We understand that the world sends you memories to the time you failed to complete your assignment, your instructor humiliated you in front of the entire class, but that is not the case. Indeed, the best method we know how to learn is by dismantling things and examining their components. It's a major source of fascination for us. We started with computers and progressed to enterprises. We continue to dissect innovative business models to determine how, and more crucially, why they work. It enables us to comprehend both the culture and the direction in which things are heading. WeWork was an excellent example of a corporation on the verge of revolutionizing the world. Employees were forced to work from home, resulting in the company's multi-billion-dollar valuation. Things are constantly changing as infrastructure improves. People are increasingly embracing the internet as their primary work and consumption environment. If you want to become wealthy, you must first understand how various firms operate, from the corner donut shop to the logistical challenges that Amazon warehouses are capable of resolving. You'll learn more about actual business in the process than any book can teach you. 13. Self-motivation, focus, and discipline. Success is not a one-day event. Things will become difficult and boring, and you will consider quitting numerous times. Self-motivation is a cultivated ability. Maintaining focus in a world awash in distractions requires considerable talent. Getting up and coming to work even on days when you don't feel like it takes great discipline. These three are extremely powerful and have the ability to compound and multiply. 14. Competitiveness. Successful people are competitive. They need to win in order to advance. The more successful people you study, the more you notice this regular behavior, the more you'll need to enjoy the game and be eager to go for the greatest potential score. Michael Jordan was renowned for his competitiveness while on court, and he would use even the tiniest occurrence to teach someone who shrugged him a lesson. It didn't matter when he became the best of all time, began competing against his previous performance, or inventing fictitious adversaries in order to maintain his motivation in the game. Business is a competitive environment. You are literally competing with other businesses and individuals for the customer's money, attention, and other resources. Domination is a step above mere competition. That is where you should excel. Do you believe Jeff Bezos compares his earnings to those of other people? Obviously not. They are by no means comparable. Jeff is competing for a chance to leave a legacy by setting an all-time high score on the scoreboard for ages. Determine your space and compete to enter the game. But once you do, go all in and dominate. Number 15. Think big. The major issue is that very few people think big. Even things you believe are big are almost quite little. They feel disproportionately large in compared to your present size. That is why you assume that $1 million is a significant sum of money for you. To be clear, that is acceptable money. But it took us becoming billionaires to realize that it is not nearly as much as we believe. We have a number of other videos in which we break things down for you. When they cross the finish line, they have two regrets. To begin, they did not begin earlier. Number 2, they lacked imagination. Attempt to avoid making the same error. This may seem counterintuitive, but earning $1 million requires the same amount of labor and commitment. How much time does it take to earn $50,000? Therefore, if you're going to think, why not think big? This leads to the next question. Which of these 15 abilities do you believe you require the most in order to advance to the next level? Please submit your responses in the comment section below, and if the majority of you agree on the same ones, we'll create detailed films for you. For those of you who are still watching, you are receiving an additional piece of knowledge. Number 16. You're probably thinking, what is this? As you add your secret sauce. How do I obtain it? You already possess it, but are unaware of it. Nobody is more adept at being themselves than you are. We are living in a unique epoch in which individuals become scalable. It used to be that you needed to appear on television to establish your brand's reputation and following. That's how Oprah achieved success. It's now a free-for-all. Nobody can compete with Joe Rogan. Joe is Joe Rogan in every aspect. You have a unique perspective on life that, if nurtured and reinforced by technology, has the potential to reach millions. If your perspective is worthwhile, society will reward you for it. We've utilized this leverage ourselves, which is the primary reason you're watching this lengthy movie all the way to the conclusion. You appreciate the knowledge we provide and the manner in which we present it. Whatever you do, incorporate your secret sauce and make it uniquely yours. It will serve as your unique differentiator in a world when everyone is attempting to replicate what works. Individuals cannot discern when something is unique, and we all adore it. We desire new things, wonderful things, and things we've never had before. That, my friend, is what you can provide. Therefore, if you've made it this far, we dare you to look for your secret sauce in whatever you do. And if you believe this nugget will become available to you in the future, please include the word secret in the comments. That way, we'll know you're still on the lookout for that incentive and we'll continue to include it. As always, we appreciate your support. And if you found value in this video, we ask that you consider supporting Fortune Fastlane in any way possible. It's just as enjoyable to share this video with a friend. Until next time, Fortune Fastlaner.